Hello lovely people, and welcome to another galactic Mayan astrology report. So I hope that you're faring well in these very interesting times on planet Earth. It seems like the panic has begun to dissolve a little bit. We've all been going through the eye of the needle in very, very different ways, but collectively, which is really beautiful in a lot of ways. So this is a Mayan astrology report, Dreamspell astrology report for the, look at my nose, 25th of April 2020. So it's a Saturday. And the energy that we are moving into is the energy of Blue Hand. But before I share a little bit about that, I would just like to say, if you enjoy receiving this information about the Wavespells, please do sign up to my newsletter, which you can subscribe to through my website, which is jyotiofferings.com. And every 13 days you will receive an email from me with an in-depth exploration of each Wavespell, and also information about the 13 moon months as well that we're working with within Dreamspell astrology. So head over there if you would like to receive those in your inbox. So as I say, we are now moving into a whole new 13-day process, and it's within the energy of Blue Hand, as I say. So Blue Hand, it's a blue sign. Blue signs in Mayan astrology are all about transformation. It's about going from one way of being to another way of being. And the energy of Blue Hand is about the emotions. It's about the emotional gateway. It's about really diving into that space of feeling. Now, that is something that we have spent our lives trying not to do. The overwhelm of our emotions, because especially as sensitive people, our emotions are incredibly overwhelming, especially when it comes to heavy emotions, difficult emotions, sadness, grief, anger. You know, when we really drop into that space of allowing ourselves to feel them, it can be a huge death process. You know, it's like the pain can feel insurmountable. The sobs can go deeply into the core. But what's on the other side of that is release. Because all of that emotion that we've been stemming, that we've been trying not to feel, that we've been avoiding, that we've been distracting ourselves from, has still been there. It's just been simmering underneath our conscious awareness. So as we allow ourselves to feel it and to purge it, it's no longer taking up all of that space within our energy system. You know, because we are a physical being, but we're also an energy being. And when we are carrying these really dense, heavy vibrational energies through our emotions from our past, we're really weighed down. And this time on the planet is really calling for us to activate our energy bodies and really be living in alignment. So the energy body is the thing that's leading us, and our physical body is, you know, held within that. So I hope for this Wavespell that you are able to give yourself some time to feel. And I kind of assume that you will have that time and space, because again, with the time that we're on the planet, there are people that are still doing their normal routine, but the majority of us have space, more space than we've had in a very long time. And I was speaking to a friend about it today, actually. You know, there was a time where you kind of had to allow the emotion out when you got the little window to, and then you had to, you know, put the face back on and go back into the world and be all singing and all dancing. Whereas now, if you want to lose your shit for 8 hours in the middle of the day and be in bed crying your eyes out, you can, which is really special. I personally had like a huge healing crisis recently and realised that, you know, there was an element of my wound and my pain that I'd not ever fully got really into the core of. I danced around the edge of it and let little bits of it out, but then once I went into that centre of it, and I didn't really have a choice in the matter, but I let myself. I just let the process unfold. I let it because sometimes I feel like I personally have this tendency to be like, oh no, maybe I'm going into a part of me that's not real, or, just all of these different things of again, I'm stopping. It's like I come out of the process to watch it. And I know a lot of meditation techniques encourage us to do that. But until we go into that child within us that felt that pain, that couldn't process that pain, and we allow it to be experienced and released, it's just going to keep bobbing up, and we're going to have to keep meditating like fuck to try and stay out of it. So with the energy of Blue Hand as well, it's dear medicine. It's gentle medicine. The path into our emotions is often very, very gentle, but our emotions can get really big. But there's a grace. There's a graceful energy of Blue Hand, and that's also what I really invite you to experience. When we've sobbed for 4 hours, when our eyes are all puffy and we're all snotty, that space that we're in within ourselves is beautiful and it's graceful, and the interactions that we have with other people from that space are just open-hearted grace. So allow yourself to crumble, allow yourself to feel, allow yourself to open, allow your emotions to take you to a new level of being and relating. You might notice that you want to put things in or distract or watch something, or if you've got a really strong drive to do something like that, or to take something, or to eat something, or to shop, if you've got a really strong drive going on to do that, 9 times out of 10, that is because there's a big avoidance that's come in, you're not allowed to feel that, hold on, let's go this way. So see if when you go on those paths, you can take your journal out, or you can do a little meditation just to be and give some space, or have a little dance, or do something just to pause before you get distracted and see what's in there, and dive in and open and allowing whatever that beautiful, painful often thing is that needs to move through you, that you might have conceptualized a million times, that you might think that you've dealt with a million times, that you're like, well, no, I don't need to feel any more of that because I've felt it so many times before. If you're still feeling it, you're still feeling it, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's not like you failed at personal development or spirituality if you're still dealing with the horrendous shit that happened in your childhood. Everybody is. Well, they either are dealing with it or they're not, But we're always going to have that core wound because that little person within us went through what they went through. So this time is about allowing that little person to get released of that binding energy of the suppression of emotions through us allowing our flow to come through. So take space. It's also just a really gentle time as well. It's a joyful energy. It's an emotional, feeling, sensing, intuitive energy. It's a great time for energy healing as well, and for working with the energy body. But this is a real transformational gateway. So let your tears be released and celebrate them and honour them. There's really hot bits of liquid that come out of you. That energy that's been stored so deeply deserves your honour. You deserve your honour. And something that especially today has been echoed from everywhere within my reality is that you deserve to be celebrated. And sometimes we've got to dive deep to create the space to allow ourselves to be loved and celebrated. But you so deserve that. So the other thing that I'd just like to say before I sign off is, as I mentioned in my last video, the beautiful Dreamspell astrological diary that I created is now available to purchase, with all of the space for your musings, along with quite a simple to understand explanation of Dreamspell astrology, an introduction to all of the wave spells and the moon months, and lots of other little bits of magic. So I've put the links for you to purchase that below. And as I said at the start of the video, do sign up to my newsletter if you get something from these, because my channel goes in different directions when I'm writing to when I'm speaking, so other things come through, as well as all of the information about the moon months too. So I hope that you have a beautiful wave spell, and I send you lots and lots of love.